And we now move to the announcement of our silver medal winners, starting with the Sargent Award for drawing at Part 2. Submitted by the University of Greenwich, the winning project is entitled The Restored Commonwealth Club. The project examines how the artefacts and collections of a selected club and the internal and external spaces that house them forge affinities and relationships between its members. However, as it explores the importance of symbolic affiliation, the project also questions how objects and buildings establish a narrative of aspiration and exclusivity, captured through collective recollections of ideology in time and space. The student was tutored by Simon Heron, Suzanne Iser, Jonathan Hagos, and past RIBA silver medal winner Nicholas Szczepaniak. His name is Adam Bell. In the silver medal category, the judges awarded a commendation to Brooklyn Cooperative. The project examines the past and present of Brooklyn Cooperative as a cluster of reconfigured agrarian structures for food production and consumption, and investigates alternatives to current plans for its future as a suburban supermarket. The proposal takes on the link that can exist between the decay of a building coupled with the promise of giving it a new lease of life. This is achieved by creating a food market that will incorporate a row of 11 abandoned houses earmarked for demolition, as well as new structures. The intention is to rekindle in the consumer understanding of the origin of food and the promotion of regional traditions, gastronomic pleasures, and an appreciation for a slower pace of life rooted in the slow food movement. The winner of this commendation was tutored by Anthony Boulanger, Guan Li, and Stuart Piercy at the University of Westminster, and his name is Yanis Halkiopoulos. And the second commendation was awarded to the project The Living Dam. Submitted by the Bartlett School of Architecture, the project proposes a new and better typology of dam. In a departure from the typical Victorian hydrological infrastructure, the new dam is conceived as not only integral to, but also integrated with society. By combining ecology, community life, and infrastructure, for a society deeply engaged with water management and natural resources, the living dam can be interpreted as the evolution of the garden city and a physical model of a modern hydraulic civilization. The project was supervised by Jonathan Hill, Matthew Butcher, and Elizabeth Dow, and its author is Lewis Sullivan. In the silver medal category, the judges awarded a high commendation to the project that they considered genuinely ambitious and innovative in the way it questioned architectural form and purpose. Entitled An Ark for Endangered Atmospheres, the project emerged from a design-based investigation into the potential of spherical form for architecture that analyses recurrent relationships between spherical buildings and themes of interiority, cosmology, geography, and ideality. Taking the form of an 88.6-metre diameter sphere on Observatory Hill, one of the most prominent sites along Sydney Harbour, the Ark for Endangered Atmospheres was developed as a microcosmic architecture for the preservation and resuscitation of climate and weather history. On a closer reading, the Ark also represents a medium through which architecture can engage in radical environmental politics, offering a panacea for the climate crisis. The project was supervised by Francois Blanchiac at the University of Sydney. We are honoured that its author flew from Australia to be with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the High Commendation in the Silver Medal category goes to Justin Corley. And so, finally, this year's RIBA Silver Medal for Best Design Project at RIBA Part 2, or equivalent worldwide. Nominated by the Bartlett School of Architecture, UCL, the project was tutored by C.J. Lim and Bernd Felsinger and is entitled Poo Town. While revisiting Slough and the industrial growth and social inequality the town experienced during the 1920s, the decade when Milne's Winnie the Pooh stories became popular for their accounts of a fictitious happy world, the project re-evaluates covert responses to socio-political exclusion. This is achieved by reinterpreting the underpinning state of contentment that typifies Milne's protagonist in order to propose happy architectures, where residents can live, work, and play together in a sustainable economic network. By so doing, Poo Town establishes the grounds for a subtle critique of today's cities and their potential to prescribe policies of happiness alongside familiar amenities, a concept that, in the author's opinion, is worryingly absent in current city planning. The judges were drawn not only to the exquisite drawings in the portfolio of research that the student produced, but were highly impressed with how the project's main line of inquiry was intelligently and respectfully treated throughout design development to convey anchoring messages. Ultimately, Poo Town alerts us to the need to design for emotions as a way to find architecture's purpose in a changing world. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating and welcoming to the stage the winner of the 2014 RIBA Silver Medal, Nick Elias.
Thank you. I was contemplating opening with a very inappropriate poo pun, but much to the joy of my mother, I refrained. I would like to thank many people, but I have a short list, actually. First and foremost, I would like to thank A.A. Milne and Winnie the Pooh himself. Obviously, RIBA and the Bartlett itself, Bartlett UCL, has given me great support, and my tutors throughout the years at the Bartlett as well. I would like to thank all my friends, my girlfriend, my sister, my mother, and my father, who was an astounding figure and gave me such creative confidence throughout all my work. So thank you very much.
So, congratulations to all our winners. I hope you would agree with me that this was, without doubt, a great night celebrating outstanding talent across the spectrum of architectural education. I'm sure you'll all agree that the future of architecture is assured in the hands of such extremely talented young men and women. Finally, I would like to thank the many RIBA members and friends of the Institute who have so generously supported architectural education in the past by donating to the RIBA Education Fund. The Education Fund is dedicated to relieving financial hardship and widening participation in architectural education by providing grants to those in need. Your continued support is gratefully received and much needed so that we can continue to ensure financial hardship does not become a barrier to success. I do hope that you've enjoyed tonight's celebration, and please join us upstairs for a drinks reception in the Florence Hall on the first floor. Thank you, David. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Murray. Thank you all for coming, and please enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you. Good night.